It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the focus is on Cortland Sutton. Third in the league in catches this season, and ready for more this week. It's the Broncos and the Dolphins, next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
From Denver. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Here's Wilson to throw right away. And right away, he lost the football. And this one will kick out of bounds, so they'll hold on to it inside the 10-yard line. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Here's Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Being chased out left. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Now Hill to return it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So here are the Dolphins now with excellent field position to start things out. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 11. And he rifles one incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Wilson. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Williams. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the next-gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like, oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on second down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll set up to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now on second and 16. Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And they're using him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Dolphins go. last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it. Seconds remaining in this first half. On third down, Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our back.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Sanders' kick is good, and the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know, it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Here we go, set. Shot, 17.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And Wilson going to keep it again. And they'll get this down to the 10. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And his kick is indeed good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, Tony, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here we go. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Not much there, maybe a couple, as he's taken down at the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. There's Wilson to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jordan Brooks has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Before they can get the punt away, whistles. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A give for Walker running right. They juked him. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ken Walker with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest-Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And this will be taken at the 13. So now here come the Dolphins. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. And that's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's got room.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Ready.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
He completes this to Walker.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Back to throw.
Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fends him off. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Miami, they remain in the hunt.